This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Sandpiper luxury model. It's obviously a fifth wheel, and the model number is 391 FLRB. Alright, so this is not a floor plan video, this is a how-to, so I'm going to show you some of the features and how they work, and we'll go over those, okay? So, right here, just so we know, LP Quick Connect. This is where you would connect to the system with a griddle or a grill or whatever you got. It's got a Quick Connect fitting right there. If you purchase any appliances for it, you want to make sure that they're designed for a travel trailer and the amount of pressure that the system requires. So always keep that in mind. You can't just use outside any old grill. It's got to be the proper pressure, okay? Any camping place will know that, though. Okay, so this is your back storage area. Okay, very simple. We'll go forward from here. You got outside speakers. That is zone C. There are 3 speaker zones in this trailer. That is outside zone C. You got a huge power awning with a LED strip. Okay, this is a kitchen here. See how he's got it shut here, over here. So this is a kitchen. Basically you have running water, which is the most important thing. And then you have a refrigerator here. Okay, and storage and lights. Okay, now you have a 6-point leveling system on this trailer, so it's an automatic leveling system. It's got 6 points, 2 on the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the rear. The control is on the other side in the front. I'll show you that when we get up there, but it is an auto leveling system. So okay, so we come up a little farther. I just want you to see that there are cameras, or it's pre-wired and prepped for cameras. So this camera obviously is over the door. There'll be another one in the rear, and then you have 2 more pre-prepped camera mounts here, 1 on each side. Now these come in a kit if you want to get them. This is a Furion kit, right? So if you want to just get a backup camera, you can do that. If you want to get just a backup camera and the two running light cameras, you can get that, or you can get just the over the door, whatever you want to do. But if you choose to, but you could also get the whole set with all of them. And you get a monitor that it goes inside your, well, wherever you're at, inside your tow vehicle or inside your trailer if you're in for the night, whatever. So that's always an option. Power here, and this is a spray port here. You do get a blue sprayer, which is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. I'll show you. I'll open the other door. We're still cleaning here. This is just TV signal out and power here, in case you wanted to put a TV set out here. All right. Pick up the pace here, so I got enough time to get all this done. Let's see here. I guess we're down here. 2 30-pound LP tanks. They just slide out here. You just pull it out this way. So they're both on this side. Okay. Then you have storage up front here. Your hydraulics are up here also. Your reservoir, that sort of thing. Come around this side, batteries. This one you have 2 batteries. So they're wired together at 12 volts. So you're just basically doubling your storage capacity, which is great because you have a power inverter right here, right? Or inversion is inverting DC to AC power. So to invert, it would take the 12 volt DC out of your batteries, and it will invert it to 110 AC and run your refrigerator off your batteries. Like when you're pulling down the road, for example, you can keep your refrigerator going. It's an AC refrigerator, but it'll get the power from this inverter here. Okay. You also have a solar panel on the roof. I'll show you the controller for that also when we get to it. spot. This is your inverter. It diverts DC to AC power. Okay. Now this is your controller for your stabilizers. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. The directions are here, but I just want to tell you the two most common functions are auto level, which is number one. So auto level, if I was to push it right now, it will remember the height that it's at. It considers this right now hitch height, so it'll remember the hitch height and then it'll level it, right? So when you get ready to leave, you would just scroll here a little bit here to auto hitch height, and it'll return the trailer to this position after, you know, when you're taking it out of the level position. So the main thing is it always remembers the last position it was in before it was auto leveled. It considers that hitch height. So in theory, it should put it right back in the position where you can slide your tow vehicle right underneath it. So those are the two most common. If you push retract all, for example, it'll even nosedive the front. So you got to make sure you don't have anything underneath the front, like the bed of your pickup or something, you know. So you don't really want to use level all or retract all. You always you think about hitch height, and then also auto level. See, this is auto retract here. That'll retract them all, and it'll jack it up, or it'll what am I trying to say here? It'll retract the front end so it nosedives also. You want to go to auto hitch height. Okay. You can also go to manual level, and you can level the jacks independently of each other right here using these keys here. So there's a lot you can do with it. Okay. So that's that, and like I said, the directions are right here. Alrighty. Okay, hopefully I made sense there. First thing in the morning, I haven't switched to full power yet. So, all right. So, this right here is the kill switch for your battery. Right now the batteries are on. You can see in this position. You can turn them off like this. The key will come out if you want, but if you ever want to disconnect the batteries, you just do it right here. This light has positions where you can set it to motion detection, so you can set it so it'll be off unless you like stick your head in there or open a door, then it'll turn on, or you can just use it in a regular way. This is your solar controller right here. Okay, this, just so you know, these are for your slide rooms. Okay, the controllers for your slide rooms. But this is the, let me see if I can get in here in a good position. I'm sorry. This is the solar controller. So the thing you have to use is this button on the upper right. So let's bring it back around here. So right now you got 13.4 volts in the system. That's perfect. You push it again, and we're gaining 0.7 amps from the sun. It's early in the morning, and there's the shadow of the buildings on the trailer, so you don't get very much. But it's telling you that it's taking 0.7 amps and storing them in the battery. Okay, push it again, and amp hours, 1.1 amp hours. Now the thing to remember, also, if it flashes FUL, if there's an FUL on the readout screen and it flashes on and off and it will not respond, it's not broke. It's telling you that the batteries are totally charged as far as they'll go. Once it gets to that point, it'll shut the solar panel down because there's no reason to run it, right? The minute you drop your energy level drops in your batteries, it'll go back to this normal function. But if it's totally topped off, it'll say FUL and it'll flash. So that's what's happening with that. Keep that in mind. And you can tell how charged your batteries are just by looking at this here. Okay, spare tire, that's the sprayer I told you about. It works on the spray port on the other side, plus on this one right here. You have a galley valve here. There are also 3 more valves down here I'll show you. This is where you hook your city water up to right here, and then you have all these different configurations for depending on what you want to do. Right now it's set at, let's see, city water. So you can see how all these 4 valves are in the correct position to use city water. So if I had city water, I'd hook it on there right now, it'll operate perfectly. If you want to fill the tank, you would put it in this position here, and then if you want to pump from the tank, you'd move them to this position. Winterize the trailer over here and sanitize over here, so you do everything from right there. It's pretty cool. This is your black tank flush. After you dumped your black tank, which is total water and waste, of course, you can put the hose at the dump station right on here and turn it on. It'll flush the tank out. Always remember, like it says on this, somewhere it says on the sticker, well, maybe the sticker's, oh, up here. Wait a minute, is that the one? Yeah. Always make sure that the valve, the black dump valve, is open before you turn on the water. You don't want too much pressure to build up in there. Okay, and these are just coax through, campground cable, satellite, that sort of thing. So you have a filter housing right here. There's a filter inside the trailer with a wrench. If you want to use the filter, you change it every season, right? They last a season. So it does come with a filter if you want to put it on there. You just keep in mind when you de-winterize it in the winter, you'll throw it out, and then when you winterize in the winter, you'll throw it out, and then when you de-winterize in the spring, you'll put a new one in, so it lasts a season. Okay. This is your water heater. It's a 10-gallon heater. Okay. So, this runs on both gas and electric. The thing you have to remember is, when it comes to electric, there's an electric heating element behind this cover here, and then this switch operates it here. So, the reason I'm telling you that is you never want to run this without water in the tank. So, right now it has water in it, and it's the valves are in the correct position. Obviously, you can see it here, so it's ready for camping. But if it wasn't, and you turn on the heating element, for example, you'll burn it out. So you never run it without water in it. This also runs on gas, and there's a switch inside that I'll show you to operate that also. Okay? Excuse me. The last thing is, this is the drain here. It's got a brand new plug with an anode rod on it, and it takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket to remove this and put a new one in. So you always want to drain it. You always want to have that socket inch in a 16 6-point socket with like a 6-inch extension, and then a ratchet or a breaker to get it in and out. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the vent for the range hood. It's got a baffle in it. You can't see it very well, but you need to go, if you're going to vent to the outside using the range hood vent, or the range hood fan, you want to go up there and flip the baffle open so it flaps freely when you're venting. Otherwise, you can just keep it shut. You have to stand on something, or I have to stand on something. I don't know. He may be able to reach it, but it just snaps shut. So when you're venting to the outside, you want the baffle flapping freely. If you're traveling or in storage, you want to snap it shut. Okay. That's where your dump valve hooks up, and you can see your other valves are, oh boy, put that on pretty tight. Wow. Okay. You can see your valves through there. There's more of them in there, as you can see. You really crank that down. I'm gonna make sure that this O-ring is seated properly. You got a little carried away with it. I'll just leave this off so I don't forget to look at it. Okay. I'm trying to do it with one hand here. I can't get it, so I might have to set the camera down here. Here, let's do it this way. Excuse my camera work here. Okay. Alrighty, so more storage. And this obviously slides out, this tray. You can slide it in and out for storage, which is a good feature, of course. This is a 50 amp system, so you got a 50 amp power cord, and we give you the reducers to reduce it down also. Okay. And there's just going to be more storage on this side. Okay. So let's go inside. I'm already behind. I only have a little under a half hour before this thing starts another file automatically, so I gotta pick up the pace here. Okay. So this is your control panel. Your awning is here. All your slide rooms are here. This one that says main, it controls both these slide rooms here. Then you have the bedroom slide out here, and the off-door side and door side are up there, okay? Water heater on gas is right here, right? Turn on your water pump to pump out water. Let's say you don't have city water, so you had to pre-fill your fresh water tank. When you get to the campground, you turn the pump on and it'll pump out of the tank. You have tank heaters, which are heating pads that go on your holding tanks, and basically extends the camping season to keep them from freezing. So you have that. And then of course all your levels are here. Lights. This has an app for it, for example, so you can connect using Bluetooth to this thing. This is your inverter switch. I mean, we talked before about inversion. Right now your batteries have 13.5. And it can be, right now this, when I started inverting, it's putting out 124, which is good. Figure 110, 120 AC is good. Do not invert power unless you need to. I mean, when you're pulling it down the road, you want to keep your food fresh, obviously, so you can invert then, turn it on. But there's no reason to keep inverting. If you've got AC, if you're plugged into AC power, there's no reason to run the inverter. Okay. Alrighty. Refrigerator, always keep this screwed shut so the doors don't get dented. This is very simple. You just, you got 4 burners and 4 knobs here. You're just going to go like this, like so, and that's it. Just depress it to spark it. The oven works the same way. This is a convection oven too, so and this is your microwave. Obviously works like any other microwave. I showed you the range hood vent on the outside. The vent itself is right here, 2-speed. So like I said, if you're going to use that, you want the baffle flapping freely on the outside. You also have a light. So, okay. This one's for your paddle fan here, right up there, your ceiling fan. Then you have these other ones here with automatic lids, opener and everything on it. They're all automatic. You have one here, with another one in this bathroom. So there are 2 black tanks on this trailer. That's why up front, I forgot to mention that. That's why up front there's 2 black tank flushes, because you have 2 different black tanks. Okay, so anyway, you have a controller for each one of these fans. Your thermostat here, you just hit the mode button and rotate through it till you get the whatever mode you want. It's real simple. Alrighty. Another thermostat for back here. And this one has 2 air conditioners on it, so it'll really keep it cool in this hot weather. Your bathroom, they're like most RV bathrooms in the sense that there's nothing unique about the way they operate. The toilets are RV toilets, so they have a flush pedal, and they also sit directly over a black tank, right? So this is hooked directly to a black tank, so you can't use it dry. So by dry I mean nothing, no chemical or water in the tank below. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, you come in here, you put a dose of chemical and in the bowl, and you'll step on the flush pedal, water will come swirling out, and you let about a gallon or so of water go into the black tank along with the chemical, then you're ready to use it. You can't use it dry, because if you do, the smell will be terrible and it can also get clogged up. So you always want to start off with a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water, okay? There's a vent here, a vacuum breaker, to be more specific. That's just to access that. There's another remote for this fan here, same model fan though. With this is prep for a washer dryer combo right here. So you can see you're all hooked for a stackable or a combo. Most people use the stackable these days, but you can use either one. Okay. Alrighty. Let me see here. TV hookups here. If you want to put a TV here. Alrighty. Diving area. Now this is a GFCI. There's a few GFCIs in this trailer. Keep in mind all the plugs in the trailer, including the ones on the outside, are wired through a GFCI. So if you're using the plug outside and something pops, you're going to reset it here. Okay, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector here. It should always be green, and if not, you're going to get it serviced. Okay, so keep that in mind. If it's not green, then get it serviced. It's very important, obviously. Okay, I showed you the power inverter up front. Well, this right here is the converter. This does just the opposite. It goes from AC to DC power. So you'll start off with 110 AC when you're plugged into shore power, and you have the circuit breakers right here, and they're all labeled, just like you'd see at home. Then up here you have 12-volt fuses, and they're all labeled here. Okay. So what it does, it takes AC power and converts it to DC, and then sends it to the DC appliances and lights. It also is a battery tender, so it senses how much energy your batteries up front have and need, and it will always keep them charged. So when you're plugged in, it's going to be a battery tender and charge your batteries. When you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle will charge your batteries, and then of course your solar panel does it. Depending on the conditions outside, it charges them also. Okay? Alrighty. Alright, pick up the pace, Carl. So, last but not least, these are hide-a-beds here. Pull the backs right off, grab them down here and fold them out. You got two of them. Then you have your theater seats here, and they got rip cords there for your footrest, one on each side. You have a televator right here for your TV. Okay, you have remotes, TV remote, sound remote, and this is the fireplace remote here. Fireplace right there. It's a really good space heater, and it runs on campground AC. So, for example, wait a minute, it's not behaving here. I'm going to put a new battery in it. It's not, there it goes now, but it's not, it's resisting me. But you can see you can change the color, the crystal and the flame. That one's just a flame. And then there it went there. Low, that's the low fan on speed, or the fan on low. You can see it blowing air out, hot air out. Go again, it's high. Now it's really kicking out the heat. And you can shut it off. So it does a lot. It also has a timer. So I'll check the batteries in it just to make sure. The next remote is for your sound here. You can play discs here, CDs and DVDs. You have a USB drive so you can stream off a USB. You have 3 speaker zones, A, B, and C. A is the main living section, B is the other end of the trailer, and C is outside. You can select your basic functions from here. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. It has AM, FM radio, so there's a lot you can do with it. And also, obviously, it's wired through the TV, so you can, you can watch, play discs or whatever you're going to do. So, okay. Alrighty. So let me look a little farther, see if I forgot anything. Like I said, there are 2 air conditioners in here. I think we're good now. Let's see if I forgot anything at all. I think we're good. Okay. All right, so I'm going to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. One thing I didn't touch on, but I have to, is people generally don't inspect their roof enough, and the manufacturer states every 60 days you should inspect your roof. So keep in mind that you need to go up there, or have somebody go up there on a regular basis and look at it. Make sure there's no damage to it by low branches or road debris. Make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through. Anything like that. Odds are you can inspect it for years and you won't have to do anything. But that's the whole idea. You want to inspect it to stay ahead of anything. So you protect your investment. So please inspect your roof regularly. And right now this is in camping mode. The antifreeze has been purged from the system, replaced with fresh water. The water heater is in camping mode, and it has water in it. It's all set, ready to go. Never run the water heater without water in it, okay? Thank you.